In the annals of conflict, history consistently demonstrates that the crucible of war forges the most improbable alliances. This enduring truth has once again manifested in the Ukrainian theater, where an unexpected partnership has emerged, one that possesses the potential to fundamentally redefine the very tenets of modern warfare. Just a short while ago, a pivotal development unfolded in the Ukraine-Russia conflict, a moment that could irrevocably alter the strategic calculus and the future trajectory of global defense. Kyiv, embattled and resilient, has secured a formidable Asian ally, bridging thousands of miles to find common cause with Japan. As we've chronicled in previous dispatches, the Tokyo administration, initially a disruptive force in the Pacific power balance, is now actively rewriting the rules of engagement on the blood-soaked battlefields of Eastern Europe. This surprising strategic alliance casts a long, ominous shadow, and there is but one nation that will acutely feel the mounting tension of this audacious alignment: Russia. March 31st marked the precise moment of this profound shift, a turning point that reverberated across the front lines. Russia's relentless, unceasing drone attacks, once a seemingly insurmountable challenge, now face an entirely new adversary: the asymmetric intelligence and technological prowess emanating from the Pacific. What makes this paradigm shift even more remarkable, almost beyond comprehension, is the incredibly modest cost of this asymmetric power, a force so potent it has fundamentally destabilized the existing balance of the war. We're talking about a mere $2,000. But make no mistake, the Kremlin's deepest, most unsettling nightmare isn't merely the low price tag, it's the profound implications woven into that astounding detail, a detail we will dissect with surgical precision shortly. The architects of this revolution stood shoulder to shoulder on the same stage, united by a singular urgent purpose. Toru Tokushige, the visionary CEO of the Japanese tech behemoth Terra Drone Corporation, and Maxim Klemenko, the astute CEO of the Ukrainian defense firm Amazing Drones, presented a clear, unambiguous vision: their mission to marshal every possible resource and expedite the deployment of a groundbreaking new drone technology christened Terra to the embattled nation of Ukraine. The overarching objective, distilled to a single potent word, was interceptor. Picture this: a new generation of aerial predators, agile and lethal, meticulously engineered to rip through Russia's relentless drone swarms in the unforgiving Ukrainian skies. These interceptors are designed to patrol the dark, unseen corners where conventional missiles cannot reach, acting as silent guardians against unseen threats. This partnership, born of necessity and strategic foresight, has already carved its place in history as Japan's inaugural direct investment in Ukraine's burgeoning defense sector. Yet, the truly mind-boggling, almost audacious aspect of this unfolding saga isn't simply the project's ambition, it is the audacious location chosen for this collaborative endeavor: the frontline city of Kharkiv. Here, at the very crucible of conflict, the conventional limits of military logic are being stretched, pushed to their absolute breaking point. Kharkiv, a city that has endured the unremitting wrath of Russian airstrikes, a city frequently targeted with brutal precision, now serves as the epicenter for the production of advanced drone technology. At first glance, establishing such a sensitive production line directly within the bullseye of enemy targeting might appear to be a clear, unambiguous act of suicide. It defies all conventional wisdom, all strategic prudence. But as we will soon reveal in painstaking detail, Ukrainian engineers, masters of improvisation and resilience, have orchestrated a clandestine, seemingly impossible production line, meticulously hidden from Russian radars. They have constructed a flawless underground system, an invisible fortress where innovation thrives amidst the chaos of war.
First, let us delve into the truly awe-inspiring capabilities of the Terra drones, for it is precisely here that Putin's most terrifying nightmare scenario truly begins to take shape. The new Terra A1 interceptor, destined for mass production in Ukraine with the unwavering support of Japan, boasts an astonishing top speed of 300 kilometers per hour. To put that into stark perspective, the Shahed drones, those insidious instruments of destruction most frequently employed by Russia, typically lumber along at approximately 180 85 kilometers per hour. This speed differential is not merely significant, it is decisive. The Terra A1 is designed to effortlessly overtake its prey, closing the distance with chilling efficiency. These drones possess an operational range of approximately 35 kilometers and can sustain airborne operations for a crucial 15 minutes. This seemingly brief duration is, in fact, precisely calibrated for the Terra to successfully detect, pursue, and engage its target within a single rapid mission cycle. Furthermore, thanks to its meticulously engineered electric motor, this drone operates with an almost ethereal quietness. It emits an incredibly low thermal signature, rendering it remarkably adept at evading enemy radars and sophisticated thermal sensors. It approaches its unsuspecting target like a spectral hunter, a silent harbinger of destruction, and then, with devastating precision, eradicates its threat. Thus, on the front lines, the combined ingenuity of Japan and Ukraine appears to have discovered a potent countermeasure to the Shahed drone menace, embodied in the Terra. But the true, revolutionary genius of these drones isn't merely their superior speed or their stealth capabilities relative to Russian counterparts. Their most profound secret, their true game-changing power, lies entirely hidden within their astonishingly low price point.
Consider the economics of this new reality. A Silas Shahed drone can inflict a financial toll on Russia as high as $50,000. In stark contrast, a single Patriot missile, a cornerstone of Western air defense, can cost anywhere between $2 million and $4 million to bring down just one of these relatively inexpensive Shahed drones. The sheer financial imbalance is staggering, unsustainable for any nation, no matter how vast its resources. Terra Drone CEO Tokushige articulated this crushing imbalance with crystal clarity at a recent press conference in Kyiv. According to United 24 media sources, Tokushige unequivocally stated that shooting down the enemy's cheap drone with an expensive missile is unsustainable. This is precisely where the interceptor drones emerge as the ultimate equalizer. These small, agile interceptors, each with a unit cost hovering around a mere $2,000, possess the ability to detect, pursue, and obliterate a $50,000 Shahed in mid-air. The arithmetic, stark and irrefutable, unequivocally favors Ukraine. For every Shahed shot down, Ukraine expends just 1/20th of the cost incurred by Russia for its attack. This isn't merely a tactical cost advantage, it represents a fundamental strategic upheaval, a rebalancing of the very economic foundations of the war itself. Russia, with its relentless nocturnal barrages, launches hundreds of Shaheds every single night, employing a cynical strategy designed to systematically deplete Ukraine's precious stockpiles of air defense missiles. But these interceptor drones are throwing a monumental wrench into Russia's calculated gears. Ukraine is now capable of countering wave after wave of Shaheds with these inexpensive yet devastatingly effective aerial fighters, doing so long before its vital missile stockpiles can be exhausted. Russia's grand attrition strategy, once a cornerstone of its offensive, is thus rendered increasingly meaningless, defanged, and nullified by ingenious low-cost solutions. Pause for a moment and truly contemplate the magnitude of this shift. According to reports from Ukrainian local media, Russia unleashed an estimated 6,000 kamikaze drones in March 2026 alone. Imagine, for a sobering moment, the financial cataclysm. If Ukraine were forced to shoot down each and every one of these with a Patriot missile, the cost would skyrocket into the billions of dollars in a single month, an utterly unsustainable expenditure. Now consider the alternative. If the same critical defensive task were accomplished using these interceptor drones, the total cost could plummet to a mere few million dollars. This dramatic equation possesses the unparalleled potential to fundamentally sabotage Putin's meticulously planned spring 2026 attack strategies. Russia's strategic blueprint was clear: systematically deplete Ukraine's air defense stockpiles, then launch a massive, decisive ground offensive. But the interceptor drones are now emerging as a pivotal, unforeseen factor, a disruptive force with the power to utterly shatter the foundational premise of that entire plan. Missile stockpiles are no longer dwindling because cheap, effective drones are shouldering the heavy defensive burden. And paradoxically, the more Shaheds Russia launches, the greater the cost asymmetry grows, tilting ever more decisively in Ukraine's favor.
As we underscored in the opening segments of this analysis, the production plan for these revolutionary drones is every bit as remarkable and audacious as the technology itself. For the initial production run of the Terra A1 will not occur in some distant, secure facility. It will take place in Ukraine, specifically within the Kharkiv region. Yes, in an area perilously close to the very front lines of the conflict. This might indeed sound like a stroke of madness, an act of sheer recklessness, but Ukrainian engineers, forged in the crucible of war, have already deciphered the formula for survival and efficiency. Large, centralized factories, the conventional symbols of industrial might, inevitably become the prime targets for Russian missile strikes. Recognizing this existential threat, the Ukrainian strategy is to decentralize. Production is being deliberately spread across numerous small, geographically dispersed facilities, making them far harder to locate and neutralize. It is widely understood that the Ukrainians will leverage underground facilities within Kharkiv, utilizing the city's subterranean networks to clandestinely produce these vital drones. Toru Tokushige, the visionary founder and CEO of Terra Drone, openly acknowledged this strategic necessity, stating that if a traditional factory were built, it could become a direct target. Consequently, the imperative to maintain absolute secrecy and to ensure the widespread dispersion of Terra Drone's production facilities will drastically diminish the risk of devastating attacks. Currently, a single dedicated worker can assemble approximately 2 interceptor drones per day. The ambitious yet achievable goal is to rapidly scale and amplify this production capacity exponentially. The initial plan calls for the production of a staggering 1,000 Terra A1 units in the very first batch, every single one of which will be delivered directly into the hands of the Ukrainian armed forces. Concurrently, with the integration of Terra Drone, a vital stream of low-interest capital from Japan is also beginning to flow into Ukraine's war-strained economy. Defense companies within Ukraine have faced immense challenges in securing conventional bank loans due to the inherent risks of the ongoing war. This critical financial hurdle can be significantly alleviated, if not entirely overcome, with the influx of Japanese capital. In essence, this burgeoning partnership transcends a mere joint drone production effort. It represents a crucial financial lifeline, an economic infusion designed to sustain and strengthen Ukraine's defense industrial base.
Yet, this striking, multifaceted narrative unfolding between Tokyo and Kyiv, a story with the potential to send tremors through Moscow, does not end with hardware and financing alone. Both companies have identified a critical existential priority: the transition to a fully autonomous system in these interceptor drones. Amazing Drones CEO Klemenko articulated this vision with chilling clarity. "We cannot respond to Russia simply by increasing manpower. The goal is automatic launch, independent target detection, and interception without operator intervention." To truly grasp the revolutionary implications of this statement, imagine this: a drone that takes off entirely on its own accord, independently locates its designated target, and then executes the interception with zero human input. This is not merely an evolutionary step, it is a profoundly revolutionary leap on the battlefield. Because Russia's tactic involves dispatching hundreds of drones from a multitude of different directions throughout the night, assigning a dedicated human operator to each and every incoming threat is an utterly impossible logistical feat. But autonomous interceptors, operating as a networked intelligent defense grid, create a formidable defensive umbrella capable of operating relentlessly 24/7 against these overwhelming swarm attacks. On another, equally significant front, the Terra Drone investment, while individually impactful, is in fact just one vital component of a much larger, more encompassing strategic picture. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, in an interview with Kyoto News several months prior, extended a clear, unequivocal offer to Japan. Zelensky publicly announced that Ukraine stood ready, willing, and able to share its invaluable battle-tested naval drone and interceptor drone technologies with Japan. In return, he respectfully requested crucial air defense systems and advanced ballistic missile defense technology from Japan. Zelensky's words were crystalline in their intent: "We are ready to share our technologies." The issue of maritime drones in particular resonated as a critically important key point within this offer. As is now widely known, Ukraine, a nation without a conventional navy of its own, achieved what many considered impossible. It managed to effectively drive a significant portion of Russia's formidable Black Sea fleet away from its coastlines, relying exclusively on the ingenuity and devastating effectiveness of its indigenous naval drones. The Magura series of naval drones in particular carved a path of destruction, sinking numerous Russian warships. This achievement was an unprecedented, almost miraculous success in the annals of modern naval warfare history. And Japan, by virtue of its very geography as an island nation, possesses a profound, almost existential interest in this very technology for its own coastal defense. Facing escalating threats from an increasingly assertive China, an unpredictable North Korea, and a resurgent, aggressive Russia, Japan is eager to adapt Ukraine's hard-won experience with naval drones to bolster its own multifaceted defense posture. In March 2026, developments in this crucial area between Kyiv and Tokyo became even more tangible, more concrete. The governments of both nations actively commenced preparations for an intergovernmental agreement, specifically designed to facilitate the seamless transfer of vital defense equipment and cutting-edge technologies. This landmark agreement aims to accelerate joint production initiatives and foster localized projects for a wide array of defense weaponry. The Tokyo government is also actively contemplating the unprecedented step of purchasing Ukrainian-made attack drones for its own self-defense forces. This move signals a truly historic turning point for Japan, a nation that has traditionally adhered to extremely stringent rules and self-imposed limitations regarding defense exports. On this very matter, Terra Drone CEO Tokushige went a significant step further, announcing ambitious plans to launch joint production of Ukrainian drone technologies directly within Japan itself. He further noted that their agenda has now expanded to include the development of innovative sea-based platforms, specialized drone carriers, and advanced maritime radar systems meticulously designed to monitor vast swathes of ocean. Ukraine's ambassador to Tokyo, Yuri Lutvinov, confirmed that detailed discussions are actively ongoing regarding drones, sophisticated anti-drone systems, cutting-edge air defense solutions, and deep industrial partnerships. This venture is genuinely evolving into a multi-layered, synergistic network, poised to benefit both nations profoundly. Ukraine brings its invaluable hard-won wartime experience and battle-proven innovation to the table. The Japanese side, meanwhile, provides crucial capital, unparalleled production capacity, and invaluable access to global markets. The reverberations of this formidable alliance are destined to extend far beyond Ukraine's immediate borders. According to a well-placed Al Jazeera source, Japan's defense budget for the 2026 fiscal year has soared to a record high, approaching nearly $58 billion. Behind this substantial budgetary increase lie the twin specters of China's rapidly escalating military activity, North Korea's incessant missile tests, and Russia's persistent destabilizing presence in the Pacific. Japan is acutely aware of its strategic vulnerabilities and seeks to harness Ukraine's wartime experience as a vital shield against its own potent regional threats. If Ukraine's ingenious, low-cost interceptor drones can effectively neutralize the overwhelming swarms of Shahed drones, then the very same underlying technology could prove equally, if not more effective, in the complex geopolitical theater of East Asia. The same logical framework could be directly applied in the highly volatile Taiwan Strait, the contested waters of the South China Sea, and crucially, around Japan's own strategically vital islands. This nascent alliance between Tokyo and Kyiv also broadcasts a powerful, unmistakable geopolitical message directly to Russia. The active, tangible involvement of a significant Asian power like Japan, standing shoulder to shoulder with Ukraine, fundamentally undermines Putin's carefully constructed narrative of a supposed war between the West and Russia. Because this devastating conflict in Eastern Europe is no longer solely the purview of NATO's concerns, now powerful Pacific nations are becoming actively and demonstrably involved. This marks a truly new paradigm in the global defense industry. Instead of an exclusive reliance on prohibitively expensive, cumbersome, and inherently complex traditional weapons systems, we are now witnessing a rapid, transformative shift towards affordable, mass-produced, intelligent, and increasingly autonomous drones. The Ukraine-Japan alliance is not merely participating in this paradigm shift, it is actively leading the charge, charting a new course for the future of warfare. And one of the most profound, often overlooked details is that this critical example of cooperation has not remained an isolated incident. It has spurred other nations into decisive action as well. In other words, Japan's audacious move did not occur in a vacuum. It ignited a chain reaction. Thousands of kilometers to the west, the United Kingdom, recognizing the strategic imperative, also took a critical proactive step to bolster Ukraine's already robust air defense capabilities. According to United 24, British-made Rapid Ranger short-range air defense systems were conclusively identified in active service within Ukraine for the very first time. On March 27, 2026, at least one Rapid Ranger unit was definitively detected, deployed strategically alongside Ukraine's agile mobile fire groups. So what precisely does this remarkable cutting-edge system bring to the battlefield? The Rapid Ranger is a highly mobile air defense platform, robustly mounted on a Spanish-made armored vehicle, ensuring its survivability and maneuverability in hostile environments. It features a sophisticated optical targeting station, capable of entirely automatic target tracking, removing the burden from human operators in critical moments. It carries 4 ready-to-fire missiles, which can be of 2 distinct and highly effective types, the Advanced Starstreak II and the Versatile Light Multipurpose Missile, LMM. Crucially, this system employs laser-guided targeting, a feature that renders it highly resistant to the insidious effects of electronic jamming, a tactic frequently employed by Russian forces. The system's detection range extends beyond an impressive 15 kilometers, while its effective engagement range surpasses 7 kilometers. Additionally, the LMM missiles themselves carry a formidable warhead, weighing approximately 3 kilograms, a destructive payload more than sufficient to utterly destroy an incoming drone in mid-air. Thanks to its integrated thermal and daytime cameras, a comprehensive 360-degree surveillance sensor, and its fully automatic target tracking capabilities, the Rapid Ranger can operate tirelessly day or night under virtually any environmental conditions. These sophisticated systems are an integral component of a substantial British military aid package, valued at an astonishing £1.7 billion. The package also includes thousands of these vital LMM missiles, with a total of 5,000 units currently in production. Even more importantly, Ukraine and the United Kingdom have reached a groundbreaking agreement on technology transfer, paving the way for the local production of both the missiles and key Rapid Ranger components directly within Ukraine. The Rapid Ranger, with its advanced capabilities, adds a potent new layer to Ukraine's already sophisticated, layered air defense system. At the highest altitudes, the formidable Patriot and NASAM systems stand guard. At medium altitudes, the Iris-T provides crucial protection. And now, at lower altitudes, the Rapid Rangers and the innovative interceptor drones form an increasingly impenetrable barrier. This meticulously designed, multi-layered defensive structure effectively neutralizes what is perhaps Putin's most favored and oft-repeated tactic. Russia consistently attempts to breach Ukrainian defenses by deploying a diverse array of weapons at different altitudes: ballistic missiles at high altitudes, cruise missiles at medium altitudes, and the ubiquitous Shahed drones at low altitudes. But now, with these advancements, there is a dedicated, robust defense line at every single altitude. The Rapid Ranger, in particular, proves exceptionally effective against low-altitude threats, its precision and mobility making it a game-changer. The system's inherent mobility is also a major strategic advantage. It can be rapidly transported to an entirely new location within a matter of hours on a standard truck. By the time Russian intelligence assets manage to pinpoint its previous location, the system has already moved, redeployed, and is ready for action elsewhere. It operates seamlessly alongside Ukraine's agile mobile fire groups, enabling a rapid and decisive response to sudden emergent threats. It has also been confirmed that the UK previously delivered 13 Raven short-range air defense systems and 2 prototype Gravehawk systems, further bolstering Ukraine's capabilities. The Rapid Ranger, however, represents the most advanced and capable member of this formidable weapons family. As is now abundantly clear, Russia's overwhelming Shahed swarms are now confronting an increasingly thick, resilient, and multi-layered defensive wall. Let us now cast our gaze upon the striking, emergent picture painted by the successive and strategic steps taken by both Japan and the United Kingdom. The year 2026 has unequivocally been the year when drone competition reached its absolute zenith in the Ukraine-Russia war. Russia's core strategy has historically relied on the sheer weight of numerical superiority. It is claimed that on average, over 200 drones are dispatched into Ukrainian airspace daily, a relentless, punishing barrage. On March 24th alone, the Russians launched an astounding 948 drones in a single day, a brutal illustration of these ruthless attack patterns designed to overwhelm and exhaust. Shahed/Garand drones remain the primary weapons in such attacks, chosen for their affordability, their impressive long-range capabilities, and their capacity for mass production. Deceptive fake drones, known as Gerbera, are also being deployed, their sole purpose being to wear down and exhaust Ukraine's already stretched air defense resources. These decoys do not carry explosives, but by arriving simultaneously with genuine Shaheds, they force Ukrainian defenders to expend precious defensive resources on non-threats. Russia has further escalated by deploying more advanced jet-powered Garand 3 and Garand 5 variants. These newer models boast terrifying speeds reaching approximately 600 km per hour, rendering them far too fast for older, less sophisticated interceptors. In summation, the Kremlin's ruthless strategy is chillingly clear: to systematically cripple Ukraine's energy infrastructure, to break the morale of its civilian population through terror, and, most critically, to deplete its finite stockpiles of air defense missiles. However, the balance of advantage in this ceaseless drone technology competition has in recent days demonstrably shifted, decisively tilting in Ukraine's favor. The advent of interceptor drones is significantly lightening the immense load on expensive high-end systems like the Patriot. The meticulously constructed layered defense system is proving increasingly effective, adapting and evolving with each new threat. And with the crucial, unwavering support of key allies like Japan and the United Kingdom, Ukraine's defense capabilities are undergoing a continuous, rapid expansion. Russia's much-vaunted spring offensive plans now face the very real risk of crashing headlong into this formidable, rapidly hardening defensive wall. The hundreds of Shahed drones launched every single night, once a terrifying and effective weapon of attrition, are no longer achieving the same devastating effect they once did. Ukraine's hunter drones, fueled by necessity and ingenuity, are multiplying in numbers, accelerating in speed, and becoming exponentially smarter, more autonomous. Japan is contributing vital capital and critical production capacity, transforming the industrial landscape. The United Kingdom is dispatching its cutting-edge Rapid Ranger drones and thousands of essential missiles, strengthening the low-altitude shield. This burgeoning global coalition is uniting, forging a formidable front against the insidious drone threat that Putin constantly wields as a weapon. And in a remarkable twist of fate, the more drones Russia launches, the stronger and more cohesive this coalition becomes. Because every attack, every new threat, inadvertently drives Ukraine to further refine, adapt, and innovate the very technologies it is rigorously testing in the brutal crucible of battle. Every new Russian threat gives birth to a new, ingenious solution. This is a vicious, self-perpetuating cycle that Russia has, quite unwittingly, created for itself. Ultimately, the future of warfare, as this unfolding conflict vividly illustrates, does not lie solely in the colossal scale of massive warships or in the astronomical cost of multi-million-dollar missile systems. It is, paradoxically, hidden in the elegant simplicity of engines small enough to comfortably fit in the palm of a hand, in the aerodynamic grace of carbon fiber wings costing mere thousands of dollars, and in the intricate precision of just a few lines of AI code. Japan's bold strategic move has demonstrated this profound new reality to the entire world, a reality that will reshape military doctrines for decades to come. Tokushige's 8 arduous round trips to Kyiv, undertaken amidst the dangers of war, are not merely a testament to a business deal. They are a profound declaration of shared purpose, a commitment forged in shared adversity. In other words, sometimes a seemingly modest $2,000 drone can be the most potent, most cost-effective answer to a complex multi-million-dollar air defense problem. A groundbreaking partnership between a forward-thinking Asian nation and a resilient Ukrainian startup born on the unforgiving battlefield is actively rewriting the fundamental rules of modern warfare, dismantling old paradigms and constructing new ones. All these collaborative efforts, all these technological advancements converge to convey the same undeniable message. Affordable, smart, and infinitely scalable solutions possess the inherent power to overcome even the most expensive and numerically overwhelming threats. Ukraine learned this harsh, invaluable lesson through the searing pain and immense sacrifice of direct battlefield experience. Japan, however, has embraced the very same lesson, not out of immediate necessity, but as a prescient long-term strategic vision, and now, together, hand in hand, they are actively constructing the very future of defense technology, a future where agility, intelligence, and affordability reign supreme. No matter how numerically vast or technologically advanced Russia's drone swarms may be, they now face a smarter, immeasurably cheaper, and exponentially more resilient defense network. The ultimate fate of this war, a conflict with global implications, may well be decided not in the sprawling centralized factories of old, but in the clandestine garages, the innovative small workshops, and within the brilliant minds of dedicated teams of just a few engineers. What then are your profound thoughts on this unprecedented development? Does the innovative drone cooperation between Japan and Ukraine truly possess the potential to fundamentally disrupt Russia's meticulously planned spring offensive plans, forcing a reevaluation of their entire strategic approach? Or will Putin, as spring inevitably unfurls, seek out and cultivate alternative, even more perilous strategies, perhaps turning more decisively toward the pariah states of China and North Korea in a direct, desperate response to this potent, emerging partnership? We eagerly await your insightful comments and diverse perspectives on this truly transformative chapter in modern conflict. Thank you for choosing TGN.